My name is Liz. I am doing this video because I've never made soap before. I really want to make soap. I've watched tons of YouTube videos on it and became enraptured with it when I first saw Katie Carson do it on Royalty Soaps. Her videos are just amazing, and so I've been wanting to try it, but the reason I'm making a YouTube video for it is one, because I really enjoy YouTube video soap making videos, but two, it's very hard to find videos of people making soap for the very first time. Most first time soap videos are going to be melt and pour, which, as soap makers seem to all agree, is not considered soap making, but more soap decorating. It's kind of like wanting to learn how to make cake and every recipe calling for a Sara Lee pound cake from the freezer. Real soap making is going to include the lye process. So I've seen like one or two other first time soap making videos. There's lots of soap making for beginner videos, but actually being done by first time soap makers is rather rare. So I'll link the other one that I watched with a gal, I can't remember. I think her YouTube video channel is called You Can't Eat the Grass, and I'll link her video down below that encouraged me to make this YouTube video. So I've been wanting to make soap since probably October, and it is now February. October of 2018, it's February 2019, and I've been obsessing about it. I've been watching videos night and day. I've been talking about it. I've been dreaming about it. I've been buying for it, and have been too scared to start it. So today's going to be the day I start it. So I'm ready to make my lye mixture. This step is often skipped by soapers, probably because one, it's kind of dangerous, two, it's a repetitive step, so I'm sure they don't want to show it every time. Plus, a lot of them will make their lye the day before so that it has time to get to room temperature. So I wanted to film it just because there aren't that many videos showing it. This is the lye I bought from Brambleberry. I got it from Brambleberry just because there were some comments from people saying that some lyes have impurities, but they've never experienced that with Brambleberry. So I thought, just to be sure, while I'm starting out, I don't want to have to second guess whether my soap fails because I'm an idiot or because the lye was bad. So I splurged and got some from Brambleberry. They have it all wrapped up in this plastic bag, I'm assuming in case it leaks in transit. And so when I'm done using it, I'm going to put it in here just in case it leaks in storage. But I've got my gloves on. I wear glasses. I had some goggles that fully cover. I can't find them, so I'm just going to wing it. Got my hair pulled back. I'm not wearing shoes, but I'm going to be scooting up to this table, so any spills should happen on the table. And also because Uncle John, one of the other soaper YouTube videos I watch, he doesn't recommend wearing soft shoes, even if they're closed-toed, because it can absorb the lye and hold it against your skin while you're trying to get your shoe untied. And he says it's better just to have open and free feet, or in sandals or slip-ons, I guess, so that you can quickly wash it with water if you get lye on it, or wear a hard shoe that wouldn't absorb the lye. Alright, so I've got my scale. I'm going to tare it, put it on the flat surface here, and tare it so that it's on. Got my microwave safe plastic container. I've heard that glass can shatter, and lye is going to heat up the water quite quickly. So I'll put this on and I'll tare it. I am using a recipe that I created through Brambleberry, and it was hard for me to find a recipe with lard, coconut oil, and olive oil, and castor oil. So I just decided to kind of plug in rough estimates of what I think it should be based on what most people use using palm oil. And so according to this, I'm going to need 2.26 ounces of lye and 5.28 ounces of distilled water. I'm definitely using distilled because we have some of the hardest water I've ever seen. So we're going to rake into this bad boy here. It's got a child-proof medicine type lid on it. Oh, but no seal, so that's nice. Okay, so we've got that tared. We're looking for 2.26 ounces. I'm going to try to minimize. Whoa, that's a lot more than we need. Hold on. Oh, here I am trying to, I can already see it kind of puffing up, and I don't want to breathe that. I'm gonna get another container so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Hold on. Okay, I think I just breathed some of that stuff in. Hold on. All right, proper safety. These glasses are all smudgy because I used them for a painting project. But let's try this again. I'm gonna try and dump that in there to make it easier to put back in my bottle, but for now we're just gonna focus on this. Turn my scale on, tare it. I just need 2.26. I'm gonna try not to touch the container so I don't mess with the weight, but also keep it from puffing up too much. There's nothing in there. Let me tare it again. There we go. So apparently my scale takes just a second to weigh it, so I've got to be a little more slow in my pouring. Like it doesn't, I pour it in and it's like 1, 2, there's the weight. But that's because I got a really cheap one from Amazon. 2.22. 2.33. I need like a spoon or something. Will this hold my weight as I can see why people master batch their lye, because this is, ooh, 2.26, right on. This is kind of a scary, tedious process, I'm guessing. Okay, so we've got that on. I'm going to tare that again. And I will put that all back in later. All right. I need 5.28 ounces of distilled water. We're at 5 ounces. 5.22. 5.26. 5.33. I'm going to be okay with that. I can't remember. Does this one have a water discount? It doesn't say a water discount, but I think a little more water is better than a little too less water, right? And it's already mixed in. So what I'm most interested with this is the heat up process. So apparently this is supposed to create a chemical reaction. Oh, I think I did it backwards. I think I'm supposed to do the powder into the water. So don't do what I'm doing. Okay, so everything down here is about 60 degrees. I was using my wand and it says the table is 60 degrees, my scale is 60.1 degrees. So yeah, the table is showing 61 degrees. When I put it on my hand, it says my gloved hand is 90 degrees. The scale that we just mixed the lye on is 61 degrees. The water is 60 degrees. My lye is 61 degrees. This that we've just poured is already at 140 degrees, so it is already heating up. I know I'm not supposed to stick my head over it. I'm just going to kind of stir it. Ooh, I can feel the heat. When you put your hand over the top, you can feel the heat. I'm in a very open basement right now. I've got my windows open, so, and then I'm going to stick a fan in here to help air it out once I'm done recording. So apparently it's supposed to go kind of cloudy because of the mixture, kind of like when you're mixing salt to make a salt water solution. It'll be cloudy until the salt is fully absorbed. Same thing with this. Apparently it's supposed to get up to 200 degrees or something, so rather warm. Let's see where we are at now. It's at 173 degrees, so it's still climbing. That heats up fast, 30 degrees that fast that it's jumped up already. I'm wondering if I need like a trivet or a hot pad under here. Like, will it melt my plastic table that I'm working on? I might go grab a trivet just to be safe. And it's looking pretty clear. It's a slightly off-color clear, so I think we're getting closer and closer to it being clear. So I'm going to let this sit possibly overnight until it's roughly 60 degrees, the temperature of this room. And that way it'll be the same. Or, well, we'll see, because when I heat up the oils, if I have the oils at 60 degrees, which they are right now, they're going to be solid because the coconut oil is solid and stuff. So we'll see how close I can get the oils to the temperature. Let's see where it is now. It says it's at 165, so maybe it's cold enough down here that it's not going to get up to 200, and maybe it'll start cooling down now. Yeah, it still says 165. That says 62, so it's not like the most accurate thermometer, but it's fairly accurate. It usually stays close to the original temperature. So the table right here is 62, and where the lye was, the table now reads 132. So it is heating up the table. Oh yeah, you can feel it. It's heating up the table underneath. That is so weird. It makes me wonder, is that what's in those hand warmers? Like if you squeeze a hand warmer, is it just mixing lye with water? Maybe that's what I should do. Just carry like lye in a water bottle with me when I go hiking, winter hiking, you know. Carry around this hot 200-degree water bottle with me. I'm just making sure that there's no powder lye. There's some little hangy indentations here, and I want to make sure there's no lye sticking to the top of those. I can't tell if that's a water drop or some lye. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit and let it cool down. Need to be careful where I put that spoon, because that spoon is now covered in water lye, which is a caustic material, and if I leave drops of lye on here, then when I'm not using this table, a kid or a kitty or something could possibly get that lye on them. So I need to figure out, I think, again, why people master batch, ooh, even that is warm, why people master batch their lye is probably for safety issues. You can do all your measuring, have the ventilation going, get everything completely cleaned up, and you only have to do it once for maybe a week's worth of soaping or whatever. So I am going to look into that, especially as I start practicing more and more with the soaps, so I don't have to do this process, because it is kind of nerve-wracking, I think, to do this. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me with this mask on. We're going to let it go now. Well, let me see what temperature it is before I leave. It says it's 150, so it looks like the temperature is going down already. So we didn't reach 200 degrees, which is good. I don't want to gel phase my soap. I don't want to burn anything, so I'm liking this.